All right, Wade, we are live.
Okay. Hey, thanks for being on. I'm assuming you all can see this.
Yes, we can.
All right. We're going to talk again today about select funding and also about some lines of credit increases that we've just were informed about. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the select funding. And here's our really spotlight of the week. It's a construction company. It's been in business for about 6 years. It's got a 713 FICO. They're in California. They don't have any current positions. They're averaging about 250. They did have a big drop one month, but it comes out to about 250 a month they're doing. On this particular construction offer, we got 240,000 over 18 months, which is with the 25% prepaid discount, which come out to a 1394 rate, which is about 26% annual cost of funds, which we think is spectacular for that industry. I also got them the 12-month 100% prepayment discount at a 134, which again it would cost them 34% if they took it for the entire length. Now, when that business is making a decision about which one they want, they got to figure out two things in their mind. Number one, am I looking for the best offer for the longest term so I can keep my rates competitive and my rates down where I can afford to pay it every single week? Against whether or not they're sitting there thinking, well, you know what, I plan to pay this thing off when I'm kind of slow right now. I got some jobs coming in, and I'm gonna pay it off in the first 12 months. But then they need to if they're going to pay it off in the first 6 months, especially, they would be better off taking the 100% prepayment discount. And the way that works, as we've discussed before on this 240,000, they're going to be paying weekly payments with the cost of funds, which you guys call interest, but it's the cost of funds added to it. So they'll have that weekly payment they're going to make every week. But whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, or 6 months, or even 9 months into the deal, at any time they decide that they want to go ahead and pay this thing off, they can pay it off right there, and all the future cost of funds, interest, or whatever you want to call it, are waived. Now, on the 18-month, at any time they want to, 25% is waived if they want to pay it off early. Let me tell you another thing about the 18-month one. If after 9 months, they paid in somewhere between 40 and 50%, they wanted to refi this and get more money, we're going to waive all the cost of interest as well on that particular funding. So these select funding offers are real. We got like a bunch of them this week. On a healthcare is $250,000. You're going to see a lot of them around the $250,000 because on this select funding, they pretty much cap it at $250,000, but they do have some situations where they may go a little bit higher. But again, we've been seeing them all capped around 250. Here's a healthcare for 12 months, 100% prepay at a 138. We got a consulting firm had 24 months at 200,000 at a 138. That's 18.99% annual cost of funds. I had another one that one of our great agents brought on board. It was someone that was kin to him. Got him a bunch of different offers. Got him a 24-month offer. Got him at a very low rate, by the way, at 19 points annually. And we got him also a $250,000 at with 100% prepayment discount. We also got them a $500,000 offer over 12 months, which was nowhere near as good as the other offers. However, this is a bankable company. They were able to go to their local bank and get a line of credit for about 10 to 12 points. Again, that's not a lot less than what we could get them, but it was a line of credit. Those people need to go to the bank, and that's what we tell everybody. If you're bankable and you don't mind putting up collateral, and you got all your finances in order and your financials put together for the last couple of years, then yeah, you need to go to the bank and take their funds. And then of course we got a convenience store at a 175. So we're getting lots of these offers in on a weekly basis. Now, for those who are not retention pricing, the ones that have decent credit but not great, we still have have an opportunity to do retention pricing on those by, buying it down by up to 6.5 points. So what I mean by this is we're going to be able to still lower their costs, which, by the way, that lowers our commission when we do that too. But we're able to get it where we're not going to go lose a deal except to a bank. The reason that so many people are choosing the select funding is because our cost of funds, unlike the 1.3 to 1.5, is only going to always go between 1.18 and a 1.29 max. And we can fast track these things to approvals. There's almost never a situation where they got to put up any more evidence like more financials or that sort of thing. The key to getting the select funding is going to be 3 years in business, 100,000 in monthly sales with a 700 FICO. You can get retention pricing under a 700, but none of that will allow you to get that low select funding price. And then we just got news today that our lines of credit have always been about up to 100,000. Now we bumped that with up to 150,000. We can get lines of credit for now. And when it's between 100,000 and 150,000, the annual rate is going to be 39.9 on the cost of funds. If you do your math, it's about a little over 3% a month of the unpaid balance. Let me tell you a little bit about these lines of credit, just so you understand. Let's say you have that line of credit and you got it in place, and you in almost, well, every single line of credit, and this is what makes it different than a bank. If you're able to go to a bank, sometimes they'll let you pay interest only. It doesn't work that way with us. Secondly, you're going to be able to with a bank, you're going to be able to pay down the amount without paying it completely off, and it only go toward the principal. You can do all that. You can't do that with us. The way it works is, let's say you got 100,000 in funding, that is a line of credit, and you take that 100,000, it's going to be amortized over 12 months, 18 or 24 months, just like any other term loan. And then what they're going to do is that's going to be your weekly or monthly payback. Most of the time now, our lines of credit are coming in with monthly paybacks. Sometimes, however, they come in with weekly because you're not quite there on the credit score or the business type. So on that $100,000 that they took, they can, at any time they want, they can pay that completely off. They can pay the entire credit line off, including the cost of funds and all, and their interest stops right there that day. However, if they go in and they make a payment, let's say they get their monthly payments, but then they want to make another $5,000 payment. That $5,000 does not go toward the principal. It goes toward whatever that amortization is, and at that, including those interests for that amortization. In other words, you're not going to be able to pay down just the interest at any time. You're going to have to always, if you're going to pay this thing off and stop interest from occurring, you got to do that right now and pay the thing completely off. Now, I talk to you every week about the best industries for these select fundings, and I'm telling you, construction's a big one. That's where we're getting lots and lots and lots of offers. Restaurants as well, medical as well. But these are all the different ones that can really qualify for the select funding. We put this up, it's in your back office in all the training. But this is the main thing that I wanted to go over with you guys today. So if you have any questions about this or anything else in relevance to funding, I'll be glad to answer that for you right now. But if you have a question about lines of credit and retention pricing and or select funding, I'd be happy to answer it right now. Well, Morgan, I don't see anyone asking questions. I'll give it one more minute or a few seconds. Guys, just remember, if you run across a really, really good client and you want me to talk to them, they have questions, just shoot me an email at wade@bankbreezy.com, and I'll be able to help you there. Don't ever ask me questions about commission or anything like that. But if you got questions in regards to any type of funding, I'll be there to help you. Okay, I think that's everything then, Morgan. You guys have a great